good weather out there for it too, although we got a chance at a few storms, so we'll get into that in just a moment. But we go up across the northern mountains where we have high clouds at this point, and if you look off to the right side of your screen, at the end of this loop, you will see a storm starting to get going right here in these kind of central sections of the Moreno Valley. But for the most part, things are relatively quiet in most areas. 78 degrees in the metro right now. Relative humidity at 45%. Winds are not a huge factor right now. And then looking at those temperatures across the state, we're in the 70s and 80s off to the north, down to the south, 80s and some low 90s over in Carlsbad and Hobbs, already at 91 degrees in both locations. Looking at where the cloud cover is and where the showers are, we talked about this a little bit yesterday, and that's sort of what's playing out right now. Northeast to southwest is where we have the storms and the best axis of moisture here across the state. So this is where we're going to see the best shot at storms. So if you're up, say, across the Northwest Plateau today, I don't think you're going to see much in the way of storms. And here in the metro, we're sort of right on the edge. So we're going to have the chance to get a storm or two going here as a possibility. And as we look at the wider view for the satellite and radar, not a great setup for moisture across the west in any way, shape, or form. High pressure is going to redevelop itself over Arizona, and that's a terrible location for widespread storms across the area. So what we'll end up with here are occasional storms as a possibility. But overall, the flow that we had out of the south over the past 3 to 4 days, which set up pretty well here for some widespread thunderstorms, is going to start to erode. We'll get more of a westerly flow across the area, and drier weather continues to set in. So not that we can't see a shower. We got a chance to get some going here, but it's not going to be the kind of widespread rain we'd like to see, though. So that high really just starts to work its way into portions of Arizona. We recycle some of the moisture we already have in place here, but watch northeast to southwest again here coming up on Saturday as well. As we look out a ways too, there's not a lot to give us indications that we're going to see anything in the way of significant moisture bursts here across the area. So again, over the weekend, spot storms will remain a possibility. That's going to continue into Monday as well. Then as we get into Tuesday, Wednesday's time frame, we could start to see a little bit of an increase, but there's not anything really on the horizon that gives us the impression that, hey, things are going to turn around here. We're going to see a lot of showers. So we are going to kind of start to calm things down a bit. So let's go region by region here. Temperatures today across southwest Colorado, mainly in the 80s. Spot storm is going to remain a possibility, but not anything I'd worry about. And as you get down into the northwest, sunshine and mild here. 83 in Grants, 86 in Cuba, and 91 out in Farmington, and 94 by the time we hit Saturday. Southwest, scattered afternoon thunderstorms. This is one of those areas that's definitely got a better chance to get a little bit wet over the next couple of days, as opposed to other areas like, say, the northwest or even here in the metro area. So our best shot really looking to the southwest. Over to the southeast, if you're over the Sacramento Mountains, that's definitely the best shot in this area of the state. Roswell, Lovington, Carlsbad. We could grab a quick shower this afternoon. In fact, we have a couple showers popping up there now, but as we get into tomorrow and Sunday, just that spot chance of some rain. Northeast, one of the favorite areas for today. We already have a pretty good looking little storm over the southern Sangre de Cristo Mountains right now. That will continue to be a factor throughout the day, 80s and 90s over the weekend. Over the northern mountains, scattered afternoon rain showers, temperatures for the most part in the 70s and 80s. And we are going to see some scattered showers continuing here. We'll go to isolated storms, those Saturday and Sunday, and probably into the beginning of next week. Santa Fe, 82 degrees for a high today. Up in Angel Fire and Red River, temperatures for the most part in the 70s. East Mountains, temps for the most part in the 80s, partly cloudy with some spot showers possible here. Again, given our location, we're going to sort of get scraped by some storms. The East Mountains will have a little better chance than we will here in the metro area. We're going to be in the high 80s today, and then as we work our way beyond that, temperatures eventually up into the low 90s, including 93 in the metro area for tomorrow. And as we get into Sunday as well, 92 degrees, fairly warm.
Yeah, okay. Thanks, Mark.